Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got DSI, whose bread and butter is the 2 healer, 3 DPS comp. They innovated it. They're the ones who first really brought that in to the Wolves League back in Season 2. And they are absolutely signature champions of a slower playstyle, of this slower rock comp. And it's going to be interesting to see. Now, on DSI side, we've got Komachi-chan, Midori Tenoso, original DSI, SJ Sharks, Sir Moon, Next Cross, and Jay Vermillion. This team has some of the most rank ones across most of the English-speaking world on multiple data centers, on multiple regions. I don't know if any of these players have... I think all of these players are at least top 30. Is that about right?
Yes.
God, just a dominant, just really, really dominant solo queue performances on this side. Meanwhile, on Team Wolfas...
I will note, Chad is asking that if Win-Trade friends and Wolfas fight, if they can kiss, and the answer is yes. Yes, they can. On Wolfas, we have Jung Dade, Ellie Meeps, NBA Superstar, and Usada Pekora, followed by Ice Sensu, Yuki Shiroi, and Reginald Cluth, the man, the myth, the figure out of some sort of random British history textbook. That's it.
God, just a dominant lineup from the Team Wolfas as well. Now, a lot of these players end up having dominant performances on Primal as well, so it's going to be very interesting. This is almost a data center clash, and it's also a playstyle clash, especially considering how fast Wolfas tends to like to play and how they end up winning these games with it. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they can break through DSI's massive wall, their ability to play this slowly. There's that man. Alright, on Team Astra, we've got Komachi-chan on the Astra, we've got a White Mage, Monk, Ninja, and the Bard. DSI's been playing this comp for most of the tournament in a lot of their scrims as well. Meanwhile, on Team Umbra, on Team Wolfas, we've got that Warrior, Ninja, Dragoon, Astro, and Bard, I believe. And this is also one of the compositions that Team Umbra has been playing for most of this tournament. It is heavily focused on that burst sync, and meanwhile, Team Astra is again heavily focused on that slower play while also having the ability to end up getting that sync. The double healer ends up really testing teams to see whether or not they can end up getting through that coordination. You gotta be on it, otherwise you're not going to be able to go past that healing.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at the teams. This is going to be very interesting in terms of, will anyone go for a left door approach? We're watching cautious front door approach, and then Tatami is on the other side. So no door shenanigans in the opening, but in goes Worldstar for the opener, and he goes down immediately. Jay Vermillion very low in return, though. Wolfas actually on the back foot in the opener here.
A split opening from Team Astra in order to try to catch Wolfas off guard, with 2 members going forward and 3 members going through Tatami's in order to try to catch him with that first open. They get that first pick onto the enemy warrior and get a second pick onto the Astra, but the White Mage goes down still with a numbers advantage and still with a resource advantage, though.
Right, but actually Komachi-chan going down in exchange for Usada Pekora. It's now even Jung, I'm not sure which language that is. Anyways, Ninja on Wolfas, low on mana, low on health, managing to retreat, though. Looks like they're going to get an elixir off and come back in. I would say advantage slightly with that mana refresh going back to Wolfas, despite the crystal being against them. Worldstar, burning guard, getting out. Coming back in with low mana, potentially. That's not a wise choice, though. And will he pay the price for it? Macrocosmos used to save him as skill issue continues to advance, but Sir Moon getting picked in the back line while the attention was focused on Worldstar, who's getting away. Oh, Jay Vermillion with the Monk LB saying, no, you will not. SJ Sharks, though, for skill issue going down in the back while Jay was executing on that. It is advantage to Wolfas still.
A slow play from the opening and not a solid
Usada Pekora.
A major shrink onto Usada Pekora. We'll see whether or not they can capitalize on that. Jay Vermillion's on him, trying to burn as much damage onto him as possible, and he goes down.
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate for Usada Pekora.
The immediate counter kill with the Seitan. Seitan rolling 2 seconds left. It's ripped, doesn't end up hitting, but looks like 1 second left on Komachi. Komachi is trying to go down. Looks like he's going to end up staying up, though.
Sir Moon has that Ninja LB, and it goes and it whiffs, unfortunately. Wolfas and skill issue still fighting in this pocket. They have not been able to really move it too far. There are coins piling up, though. Might see some LB advantage shenanigans. Looks like original DSI collecting some of those. Down goes Kamachi. Down goes Jung. 3-4 advantage to Wolfas at this point with Usada's Dragoon LB primed and ready. We also know that... Sir Moon still on the crystal. Managed to move it back there a little bit. So Wolfas not able to move the crystal yet. Now they are. Down goes Sir Moon. And Jay Vermillion attempting to hold the point and then get off of it with a thunderclap to DSI, who is now in a disadvantageous position. Will Wolfas continue to press? Jay Vermillion might be about to get flipped. He does not. And it looks like Wolfas is regrouping on the point as they are finally making some checkpoint progress, or making it to the checkpoint. We are seeing Tatami shenanigans on the side with original DSI. It does look like skill issue split at the moment.
DSI
Down
immediately
goes
gets the pick onto Jay Vermillion. That's a huge LB down, and immediate counter pick onto the Dragoon. 1 LB for 1 LB. We'll see whether or not they can actually make any use of this. So far, it's been such a slow play, or not a slow play, but a really controlled, really long, extended fights on both sides. Wolfas is showing that they are fully comfortable on these terms as well. They do not need that early momentum either.
Right. I think they've rebuilt the momentum, so they do need the momentum. They just managed to hold off long enough to reestablish it, and now they're back at it. So they've got 5 versus 3 with Jay Vermillion and Sir Moon having LBs. Those are good. Usada Pekora also has LB. Might be about to fire it. They are in life at the moment. Jung, the ninja, also going down in exchange for SJ. Pekora still holding on to LB. Seems like they just have decided they don't need it. They're going to save it as a security. Out it goes. I stand corrected. And it goes on to original DSI, who looks like Wolfas is trying to pick, and they will. That will significantly disrupt that LB advantage that Bard brings with that LB, which original DSI did have ready to go. It is 5v4.
Wolfas has been in control for a lot of this match.
About to get Tatami flipped.
Oh.
Goes down for it.
Just as I say that.
Yeah, controlled by Sir Moon with Raiju there. And down goes Ellie Meeps. Well, Wolfas might be about to wipe here with skill issue, about to take back the advantage. Usada Pekora on point, just getting beat. Doesn't look like she's recuperating. Either they DC'd or the point is to die here. And
yeah, it looks like the point is to die, but like with a checkpoint break, with that dominant break and a subsequent 18% or so after the checkpoint, they are pretty happy about their progress so far. Unfortunately, they're looking in the face of 4 more limit breaks. They gotta prove themselves here.
They do. They are looking at 4 limit breaks, but they will, by this next team fight, have 3 themselves. Pekora and the Bard will be the only one without it, and Pekora's will probably come back up in the middle of this fight unless they get instantly picked by, say, Jay Vermillion's LB or SJ Sharks. In goes the Warrior. Jay's LB goes out, countering the Warrior. Warrior goes down, but so does SJ. That's 2 kills onto Wolfas. Down goes Wolfas' ass. Down goes Usada Pekora. Skill issue, probably about to take this back, potentially. Jung, the ninja, holding the point as best they can. They are now running for the ground pot and leaving the Bard on point. Ninja trying to get an elixir off. Will Bard be able to survive long enough against that much of skill issues burst? I don't think so. They get knocked back with enlightenment. Round 1 to original DSI.
God, what a tight match, especially considering how dominant the control was on the side of Team Wolfas for so much of the match. Just like that, a single one team fight, a single moment where they're able to regroup, and the fact that there's so many coins on the ground to help instantly charge those limit breaks again really made the situation so hard for Team Wolfas in order to try to bring it back, especially considering how well they were doing, getting kill after kill after kill, but none of that necessarily translated to checkpoint percentage. Even though they managed to break checkpoint, even though they managed to push 18% past it, they weren't able to secure it beyond that. It just goes to show you, if you lose control in this game for just a tiny minute and the stars align perfectly, if the enemy team manages to get their LBs synced correctly, it could be really tough. Anything can change the moment. We're going into Palestra.
Yeah, we did see Jay, as soon as World Star went in, Jay let rip Monk LB on World Star, did not let him get that Warrior LB off, completely threw off any tempo that Wolfas was about to have going into that very start. Very good play. Coordinated portraits by skill issue. Except for Jay, who again is just like, I'm hot.
Skill issue going in with the same team composition. It looks like Team Umbra is playing the same team composition as well. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not the map changes onto Palestra itself, or it's going to change the story for here. Now, this is the upper bracket, so whoever ends up winning this match still has a chance to make their way to the finals. So we could possibly see a grudge match, but right now, DSI out for blood.
Absolutely, and we'll see what is happening in Wolfas's comms to try to see or identify how they might better counter what skill issue brought. There also will be less map shenanigans. There's no LB economy affecting mechanics here on Palestra. I don't know if that plays who that specifically plays in favor of, but we did see that because skill issue was able to get that significant LB economy advantage in that last fight, they were able to pull that comeback off. That
I want to say that slightly advantages DSI here, especially considering that they've got the faster charging LB, or at least they've got the faster charging LB, so they're able to get those more frequently without having to go through 2-minute LBs that charge faster than they normally do. And Jade Vermilion is just a beast with this Meteor Dive, absolutely getting it to powerful effect, always getting a kill with it. Oh, he's the target.
Right. He is the target. He's burned Purify.
Oh, immediate counter kill onto World Star, but SJ goes down as well for exchange.
Original DSI looking like the next target.
Original DSI possibly looking like the next target.
Usada Pekora also taking a beating, a lot of CC there in guard. Down goes Original DSI, yep.
Original goes down, but still they only they managed to spend a huge amount of burst in order to try to get these first two picks, but it wasn't instant, it wasn't clean. Are they going to be able to take control of the point afterwards? It seems like we are once again on that slugfest, that long extended fight onto the point.
But we are seeing the advantage once again. It is in Wolfas' camp, and they are trying to push the point.
Meanwhile, in the base. Meanwhile, in the base, it seems like Team Wolfas is diving in order to try to get some additional stalls, try to stop DSI from getting to the point and stop them from extending. They managed to get that checkpoint touch.
Early checkpoint touch. Down goes Eli, and Usada might be next. Usada in Miracle of Nature has LB coming up. Probably not going to rip it. It doesn't look safe. They do not. SJ Sharks goes down, though. It is 4v3
Satan is rolling with 4 seconds remaining, 2 seconds remaining. Can they get the second reset? Doesn't look like it. They get the one piece.
And J Vermilion and Sir Moon both have their Monk and Ninja LB, and Kamashi has Ast LB, so LB economy advantage. Well, Usada, or Wolfas has Usada, Ice. Oh,
that's a Meteor. That's an immediate kill into the spawn in order to try to get advantage. With that numbers advantage, they go, it's time. Rip that Meteor LB in order to try to keep that numbers advantage. That point is almost 2 checkpoint.
Right, Usada now being forced to hold point, might have to burn LB to buy more time on it. We'll see, or will they be significantly bursted? It's
Usada
looking
looks
like
the
ladder.
Usada's in the air, and Usada dies in the air with that LB used and not able to secure themselves any damage with it. That's a huge pick on DSI's side.
That is, and their White Mage getting off a Elixir right now, bringing themselves back in with full mana. Things are not looking good for Wolfas at the moment. J Vermilion coming out of guard. Might be the kill target. He is a bit low. Also looking like he's going to LOS and probably retreat to an Elixir. World Star, meanwhile, about to go down, hit by a White Mage LB. Usada Pekora coming back in, has no LB. They do manage to make a pill on SJ Shark. Pill? Kill. J Vermilion holding down the point, has Monk LB, has Riddle of Earth. Will they be able to use it, or will they get CC'd into death? Down they go.
That's a really rough situation for DSI. What was looking like a pretty solid position for them suddenly turns into something that's much, much harder to come back from because they didn't end up touching that checkpoint. They were only 1.7% off. And with that, if this goes into overtime, Wolfas has the advantage, and DSI will suddenly have to have a person on the point the entire time. We'll see whether or not they can come back from that. Still a lot of time with 1:30 remaining.
Nin LB is on both sides, but J Vermilion has a Monk LB, and he might be going for blood. Out goes both LBs as I speak of it. J Vermilion goes down. Sir Moon, are they the next kill target? Will they be able to make another pick with that Satan? Doesn't look like it. Satan Chain going down in Raiju, trying to get those CCs on Pekora, who's clearly the kill target for skill issue. They are in guard, though. Will they be able to get that ground pot? Yes, they will. Pekora, once again, proving they are one of the slipperiest Dragoons I've ever seen. And Skill Issue and Wolfas will be meeting with 5 players on both sides. Wolfas trying desperately to keep Skill Issue from advancing. Down goes their Bard, but down goes SJ, who had White Mage LB. Oh,
that's
down
two
goes
down.
Vermilion. This is not looking good for skill issue. Sir Moon stuck behind enemy lines. He'll probably try to catch the speed lane. Will Wolfas? Wolfas is coming in like a pack of wolves. They are not going to let Sir Moon recover. That could be a huge play for Wolfas here.
He's in their spawn.
Yeah, he tried to recover behind, but Wolfas just said, no, we don't need to make any more progress. So now they forced a stagger. Will Wolfas now run ahead? They might leave the crystal alone. Doesn't look like it.
With the advantage and only 15 seconds remaining, I've chosen to try to abandon the crystal.
Pekora, Dragoon LB in the air on top of the Warrior LB. Down goes J Vermilion. We are seeing LBs flying. SJ Sharks low, but in guard. Will he be able to recover? It is anyone's guess. Wolfas hard on that burst. Chasing SJ. They want some shark fin soup.
We did it. We hit overtime.
SJ.
We did it. We hit overtime, and DSI is now forced with a numbers disadvantage to always be on the point. And this position is really rough for them. Sir Moon gets pulled off, but manages to Sakuchi back into Sakuchi. Yeah, Sakuchi back into the point. But it looks like there's
no one on point.
With a massive stun and a follow-up route, Sir Moon is unable to get back onto the point, and just like that, Team Wolfas takes game 2, bringing this set once again to 1-1. We are going to a game 3.
Oh man, what a match! What a match!
Getting ready to load in.
To Volcanic Heart, a map that will honestly, if there's no comp changes, favors both. Both their comps are really well designed for this map. Of course, everyone... A lot of people feel Bard suffers on this map, but with both teams having a Bard, I feel like that kind of evens out.
Yeah, and especially with the playstyle that both of these teams are going for right now, with Team Wolfas having that warrior trying to be that unkillable god, and Team DSI going for that 3 melee comp, or at least that 3 DPS comp with 2 really tanky melees, both of them are really trying to make as much use from these tight hallways and narrow corridors in order to try to get large scale crowd control. That said, so many of these picks, even if they get that initial first pick on both sides instantaneously, even if they manage to get that second pick, getting that third, getting that fourth, finally cleaning up these kills has been really rough for both teams here. It's been a slugfest for the whole series.
Yeah, it's just one kill met with one kill, and it's interesting, you know, it's typically both like kind of disparate, like on opposite sides, like not close to one another. So you see them take, you know, SJ, and then down goes Jung somewhere else. Just fun thing to notice. But here we go into the final match, unless there's somehow a draw, which I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So who will open the engage? World Star has been punished multiple times for going in. Will they still try the same strategy of rending in, or will they not?
Yeah, both teams are trying to play it pretty slow, especially with these openers deciding so much of the early flow of the momentum. J Vermilion pops that Riddle of Earth in order to try to reduce damage and puts himself in a position where he wants to be the one absorbing damage. Looks like Team Wolfas is going in, diving in. SJ Sharks goes down, and Team Wolfstar goes down as well. We've got that 1-for-1. Can we get the second kills?
Jung looking a little low. I feel like he's the next kill target. He's stunned. Yep, looks like skill issue is now going to pile onto Jung. Will they get the kill? That is the question. He's in guard. He manages to survive to make it to guard. That is huge. Honestly, usually these teams just burst so hard you can't even get to the guard. Komachi-chan, as you're pointing out, yes, manages to make it to the ground floor, and it looks like Wolfas is going to peel off.
Just chaos, getting that initial pick, but not necessarily being able to get that initial momentum. Nobody's really winning at the moment, and it's hard to see how this advantage is going to happen.
No one's died.
Meteor Dive is up.
Meteor Drive up, out it goes. No one goes down, though. Usada Pekura's LB, Dragoon LB about to come up. Ninja LB about to come up as well, but Jung about to die. Advantage to skill issue at the moment, but we are seeing the bombs about to go off, which can cause so much chaos and prevent a lot of crystal momentum, depending. Or will we see some plays holding people into the exploding lanes? Usada goes down. Wolfas at a significant disadvantage at the moment.
So much of that early momentum just instantly decided on the back of that fast-charging Meteor Dive, even managing to get those kills without having to commit the Ninja LB. They're looking pretty good into this checkpoint fight.
Bard LB has gone out. Jay's going to have his, as a result, he's going to have that Monk LB going into the next one, but all of Wolfas has their LBs coming up too. Out goes Ice, or down goes Ice, I should say, with Jay's Monk LB. Down goes World Star. Things are not looking good Things are not looking good at all for Wolfas.
A two-person sync with the Meteor Dive going out onto the Warrior in order to try to CC them down, make sure that they can get their subsequent normal GCD burst onto the Astro, gets 2 picks instantly on 2 players with some of the most important limit breaks that Team Wolfas has.
We're seeing Ellie Meeps getting killed outside of spawn by Original DSI. Out goes World Stars LB. Down goes Original DSI. Down goes Usada Pekura. Sorry, was Usada already dead? I misspoke.
Usada's now respawning. Looks like.
Yeah, Usada just respawned. I misspoke. It was 1-for-1.
It's been really rough for Wolfas.
Out goes Pekura's Dragoon LB.
Oh,
down goes
SK.
Komachi quite low as a result too. Will they be able to finish him? Checkpoint break. Sir Moon wise manning the crystal. Wolfas forced to come back. There are 2 minutes left. There is enough time for them to potentially recover from this. And Jay is running down Ice in the back as the Astrologian. Ice unable to finish their elixir. That could be huge. Ice now getting that elixir off in safety. Sir Moon going down. Actually, things are looking up for Wolfas here, but the LB economy with Jay Vermillion having that Monk LB, SJ having that White Mage LB.
It just shows the power of DSI's comp, especially the power of the Bard right now, especially combined with Monk, just constantly using Meteor Drive in order to get that damage, get that CC break, and secure an initial kill. Wolfas is now on the back foot in that position that they were in, or facing down the same position they put DSI in. Oh, Wolfstar is the target.
Getting caught. Pekura in life. Jung is clearly the target for skill issue. He does have that Ninja LB. Usada sharing some of the cleave, though. Actually, Usada is now the target. Usada goes down. Jay Vermillion goes down as well, hit by that Seiton from Jung. Will they be able to roll it into a second kill? Wolfas really needs to keep the momentum going, but Ice looking really low. Ice might not survive, and Ice has that Ast LB that could be huge for this next team fight if Wolfas is able to make it to it. Sir Moon looking low, and we do have bombs going off, which could cause all sorts of shakeups at the moment, and also significantly disturb that LB economy. Worldstar has Warrior LB.
It looks like DSI is perfectly comfortable regrouping, having broken that checkpoint and having gotten past that 50% while denying a push. The fact that Young used looks like we're fighting again.
LB ripped on Original DSI. Original DSI goes down. Oh my god. Pekura going down. Not able to get that Dragoon LB off to capitalize on the advantage there. Wolfas low on mana, even though it's a 4v4 advantage, definitely a skill issue, but SJ taking a hard beating. Are they going to be able to... Oh, Bloda into the guard instead of onto the 1 second later vulnerable White Mage. Sir Moon LB coming up. This is looking bad, and it is over.
The enlightenment to push him off. Jay Vermillion scams the end of the game by pushing off the only person who's currently on the checkpoint to secure it in overtime. Just like that, DSI in a absolute slugfest of a series wins 2-0 over Wolfas.